It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you for joining us today on the Science Bowl as we come toward the end of the elementary school competition. We're almost down to the finale. We started with 40 schools and almost down to the last 2. This semifinal game will get us closer to that. 2 great schools here today. Let's meet them. First from Greenbelt Elementary, would you please say hello to Safwan, their wonderful captain over there, joined by Michael, great player as well, and Soham rounds out the tree over there. Good team. Playing against another great team from Hyattsville. Yukabed is the captain over there, has lots of energy. Zach is there, he's a great guy, and Tess is over there as well. She always adds so much to the game. And here on the Science Bowl, if you've not seen this before, we have categories of questions, 6 of them. Here they are.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's science potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here in the Science Bowl, our game board shows questions going from easy 5 and 10 pointers, increasingly more difficult 15, 20, toughest question 25. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. At the end of the 2 rounds, one of these 2 good-looking teams will come back to play Templeton for the chance to become the second of our 2 finalists. We'll be playing against Yorktown for the county championship in this, our 38th year. Let's go over and make sure everything's working properly. Safwan, would you try the red team buzzer? All right. Looks good, sounds good. Good luck to you, Michael, and to Soham. And Yukabed, how about green team? They're ripping, raring to go as well. Good luck to you and to Tess and to Zach. All right, we go alphabetically here. G comes before H. And before we start, I just want to congratulate you guys for making it this far in the competition. You have been tremendous. Let's have a great game. May the better team win. Green team, or red team, rather, go.
Body systems for 5.
Body for 5 points to start our game. The thinnest skin on your body can be found here, an area that can dry out quickly and needs to be moisturized, especially yes, Yukabed.
No, that's skin. Knees?
Again?
Knees?
Knees? No. No. Greenbelt, I'll repeat the question for you. The thinnest skin on your body can be found here, an area that can dry out quickly and needs to be moisturized, especially during cold, dry winter days.
Hands?
Your lips. Your lips is the right answer there. Good try. No points. Go red.
Let's get physical for 5.
Physical for 5 points. What P-initialed block of glass works just like raindrops in bending light rays? Safwan.
Prince Rupert drop?
Say it.
Prince Rupert drop?
No. Hyattsville, what P-initialed block of glass works just like raindrops in bending light rays to form rainbows?
Prism.
A prism is what I want. Yes, good comeback there. All right, let's turn that light out and go to green for the next question. Yukabed, go.
Zoo for 10.
Zoo for 10? Zoo for 10 it is. It's a visual question. Look at the monitor in the studio, please. A bird you've probably never heard of called a northern fulmar, F-U-M-A-R, has a very effective defense against predators. Listen to this. It projects some of this partly digested stinky goo all over the predator. What's it do, Yukabed?
Pass it to
Zach?
Throw up.
It throws up. It pukes all over the predator, absolutely, just like vultures do. Good. Go green.
Green for 15. Green for 15.
Green for 15. Here's your question. It's a spelling question. Let's see how well you spell. The position along the shoot where a leaf or a flower forms is called an axil. is it spelled which of the following ways? A-X-I-L, A-X-E-L, or A-X-L-E? Greenbelt.
A-X-E-A-L? L-E?
No. A-X-I-L, A-X-L-E, or A-X-E-L?
A-X-I-L.
I-L, absolutely right. A-X-L-E is the axle in a car, and A-X-E-L is what figure skaters do. Go again, green.
Dateline.
Go ahead.
Dateline for 10.
Dateline, 10 points. Here's that question. Instead of transistors, the new quantum computers are far more powerful because they use these negatively charged subatomic particles. Hyattsville?
Electrons.
Electrons, absolutely right. Good, instead of transistors. Okay. Again, please, green.
Potpourri for 15.
Potpourri, 15 points. Question is as follows. They have been using urine as a fertilizer, but first they use bacteria to free the urine. Let me start again. To make bacteria-free urine for use as fertilizer, scientists use this P-initialed heating process. Greenbelt. What do you have? You have an idea, guys. What do you want to tell me? Say it. Okay, let's go to the green team. We'll repeat the question. To make bacteria-free urine for use as fertilizer, scientists use this P-initialed heating process that has long been used for making milk and wine free from bacteria.
Pasteurizing?
Pasteurizing, that's exactly right. Good, go.
Okay. Zoo for 15. Zoo 15.
Zoo 15? Zoo 15 it is. There is a kind of amphibian known as a Sicilian. They're not found in this country. This is a multiple choice question. Because Sicilians are the only amphibians that can produce and give their young a kind of milk, usually only done by mammals, does it mean they can estivate, palpate, or lactate? Greenbelt.
Lactate?
Lactate is right. Yes, indeed. Good. Go red. Sefwan, go.
Green things for 10.
Green for 10 points. It's been discovered that when a leaf reaches 116 degrees Fahrenheit, the proteins inside it can no longer perform this process.
Photosynthesis?
Photosynthesis, absolutely right. What is a Science Bowl game without a photosynthesis question? 75 points, 105 from Hyattsville. Good game going. Go red.
Body system for 10.
Body for 10 points. Here we go. While Achilles had a vulnerable heel. Uh-oh. All right, I think they jumped in too soon over there. Greenbelt, listen to the whole question. While Achilles had a vulnerable heel, this bone, known as the patella, is often targeted by warriors in battle.
The tendon?
Kneecap. Kneecap. They kneecap the opponent so they can't run. Buzzer says we've come to the end of the first round. Our score is 105 Hyattsville, 75 Greenbelt, and we'll be back in a moment to talk to our teams about themselves and their schools. And welcome back to Science Bowl. 6 outstanding young people here today, all elementary students having done so well this year in Science Bowl competition. They're here today in this semifinal game, hoping to make it to the finale here in this, our 38th season of competition. Let's go over and meet these young people. Maybe if you've met them before, we'll get some different information from you for you today. Let's go to Greenbelt and talk to Sefwan. Sefwan, who is your coach?
Miss Peter.
Wonderful. Out there. And she's a new coach, and she's been doing a great job this year. And who's your principal?
Mr. Nelson.
Yes, indeed. And he's a great supporter of you guys. And I know did you have some alternates on the team?
Yeah.
Can you give us their first names?
Braylon and Rafi.
And we'll bring them out in just a few moments' time here. How did you guys prepare for this game? I mean, you've been doing this so successfully. We've seen you on YouTube, and you do such a nice job. How do you practice a lot together?
Yeah, on Wednesdays, we usually, the entire Science Bowl team watches the old Science Bowl videos, brain pops, and sometimes we do Kahoots. That's
wonderful. That's a great way to prepare. And you have a lot of poise. Sefwan, you're doing a nice job as captain of the. What do you want to do someday?
I want to become an aerospace engineer.
Aerospace engineer. I can see you've got that discipline and that mindset. You're going to be good at that. Michael, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do in your spare time?
I play Roblox.
Okay. And if people watching don't know what that is, tell them what that is.
It's just a block game.
It's a block game. Okay. Legos, like Legos? No?
Nowhere like Legos.
Nowhere like Legos. Okay.
It's
Tell
like
us,
a multiverse of
what you
games.
want to do someday. What are your aspirations?
I'd like to be an anesthesiologist when I grow up.
Wow, that's interesting. What got you interested? Because that's a very responsible position. People's lives are in your hands while they're in surgery there.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, somehow, sometimes we see things, we read about things, and you think that would be a really interesting and a cool kind of job. And yeah, you got a long ways to go before you get older, and you're doing a nice job here today. You're doing this experience, lots of experiences. Maybe this will lead you to be an anesthesiologist. Soham, a soccer player, huh? Want to be a professional soccer player someday, perhaps?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah? Do you play for a team?
Yeah, I do play for a team.
Where do you play?
Well, our practices are at a school and our games are at, well, either the school or other places.
Very nice, very nice. All right, well, Greenbelt is lucky to have you, all three of you here today playing for the school's honor, and you don't have to prove anything. You've already proven you're a winner. Let's talk to your team, the team you're playing against at Hyattsville. You can tell us about your school. Who's your principal?
Our principal is Dr. Mickey.
Absolutely. And who's your coach?
Mr. Dinga and Miss Valbuena.
Yeah, I saw the coaches out in the hallway there. I know they're very proud of you guys. Any alternates on your team?
We have a junior team. Their first names are Oscar, Joseph, Paul, and Jamie.
You did a nice job remembering all that without a script there. Yeah, you're a talented young lady. Tell me about yourself. What do you want to do someday?
I want to be a bioengineer.
Bioengineer. But you had some alternates down there too the last time we talked. Some other things you were considering, yeah? Yeah, but you've narrowed it down. That's great. You're a really good captain over there. I like how you have a good spirit and you're talking to your colleagues there, playing a real nice game. Zach, why'd you want to be on the Science Bowl? What brought you here?
My brother. He
Your
was on
brother.
the Science Bowl.
He was on at one time?
Yep.
Did he ever make it to the finals?
No.
So you might be able to one-up him.
I
Might be able to
already
one-up him.
one-upped
Yeah, I'm sure
him.
you've thought about that.
Yeah.
What do you want to do someday, Zach?
Be a computer programmer.
Yeah, I can see you doing that. You'd be a good one. And Tess told us that she wants to be an author one day.
Yeah.
And I asked you last time if you had heard of the Write-A-Book competition. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I heard about it. My mom looked into it, and
Yeah. If you haven't submitted, because we're going to be honoring the winners in a couple weeks here, over 200 people who are winning medals for the books they wrote. So make sure you enter next year. I would love to have you. And you like to cook, don't you?
yeah,
Yeah. Favorite thing to make?
brownies.
Brownie. Oh, judges, see? A brownie maker here. Nice to have you here. You're playing a good game. Let's get back into it. 105 Hyattsville, 75 Greenbelt. All right, let's go. And our last correct answer comes from that red team. So, Safwan, let's go. You need a couple points. Let's go.
Let's get physical for 10.
Physical for 10 points. Here we go. The temperature of absolute zero is minus 273 on the Celsius scale. The equivalent temperature on what other scale is minus 460 degrees? Hyattsville.
Pass Zach.
Zach?
Oh, no.
Nope. All right.
Me to go.
Negative 16.
Negative 16.
No. Greenbelt, good try. On the Celsius scale, absolute zero is minus 273. The equivalent temperature on one other scale is minus 460 degrees.
Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit, that's it. That's what I want to hear. Good. Go red.
Green things for 5.
Green for 5. All right. When plants are attacked by pests, they often release chemicals to attract predators to eat the pests. These predators have the same name as the people who surround and keep superstars and politicians. Yes.
Bodyguards?
Bodyguards. They call them bodyguards. Yes, they do. Good answer. Go.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri, 10 points. Here we go. A 10-year-old girl made news recently when she found a pink grasshopper. The pink resulted from a condition called erythrism, E-R-Y-T-H-R-I-S-M, an overproduction of what color pigment? Greenbelt.
Red?
Red, absolutely right. Like erythrocytes. That is the prefix that always lets you know red. You picked up on that. Nicely done. Go. 95-105. Close game.
Zoo parade for 5.
Soup parade, 5 points. Because of global warming, more and more baby turtles are being born female. That's because as their eggs do this in the warm sand, it creates females.
Incubate.
What's going on in there, Yukabet?
Incubate.
Incubation. Absolutely right. Good. Go.
Let's go 15s.
Dateline.
Dateline for 15.
Dateline, 15 points is that choice. Listen to this. You've probably heard about this. Scientists worry that using genetics to bring back this long extinct mammal will result instead, Hyattsville?
Mammoth.
A mammoth is right. The worry is that they will just produce a furry elephant. Go green.
Body systems. Body systems for 15.
Go ahead.
Body systems for 15.
Body for 15 points. All right. Let's see how you do with this. Battlefield soldiers in need of blood are given platelets, red blood cells, in this P-initialed liquid part, Greenbelt. What you got?
Never mind.
Never mind. Hyattsville, the P-initialed liquid part given to soldiers on the battlefield who need blood. They're given platelets and red blood cells and this.
Plasma.
Plasma is right. Yes, good answer. I thought that was on the tip of your tongue over there, South One. All right. Hyattsville, go.
Physical 15. Sure. Physical for 15.
Physical for 15 points. Every month, our moon waxes and wanes as it goes through changes known as these. Hyattsville.
Phases.
Phases. Yeah, the phases of the moon. Full moon, new moon, quarter moon. Yes, indeed. Good. Go.
Potpourri. 20s. No, we're high.
Go ahead.
Potpourri for 5.
Potpourri, 5 points. Question. One of the best sources of vitamin D, other than the sun, is this tasty fish. Safwan.
Salmon.
Salmon, absolutely right. Good. Lives in the ocean, comes back and breeds in the freshwater streams where it was born. Go red. You're at the century mark. Go.
Green things for 20.
Green things, 20 points. All right. Multiple choice. Poinsettia plants that bloom at Christmas time are an example of photoperiodism, meaning they only bloom when?
Oh, it's cold.
I was going to give you some choices. Maybe you already know.
When it's cold.
Not quite. These poinsettia plants, seen that bloom at Christmas, example of photoperiodism, mean, Greenbelt, they only bloom which? When it is cooler, when the days are shorter, or when there is abundant moisture?
Moisture?
Nope. Photoperiodism, period, when the days are shorter. There was clue in that question. Go again, green. Go ahead, you commit.
Dateline.
I'm sorry.
That's their turn.
No. No, you got the last correct. Yeah.
They
No, we got it
Oh, did
exactly.
something get turned off?
No, they got the science potpourri for 5.
No,
Potpourri
they didn't. We got that.
And then they called
No, we got
No.
the 5.
Green.
Are we fine, judges? Okay,
Dateline.
go to green. You commit, go.
Dateline for 5. Dateline for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. The 6 new planets discovered to be orbiting a sun of their own, 100 million light years away, is still in what same galaxy we're in. Come on, Greenbelt.
The Milky Way.
Milky Way, that's it. Good, go red.
Zoo Parade for 20.
Zupre, 20 points. Here we go. This flightless, long-billed bird of New Zealand, Hyattsville. I need an answer.
Emu.
No, not an emu. Greenbelt, this flightless, long-billed bird of New Zealand has what same name as that fuzzy fruit filled with green pulp.
Kiwi.
Kiwi is right. That's what I want to hear. Go red.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems, 20 points. Here you go. Body for 20. All right. The maximum running speed, if you're a runner, is limited by how fast muscles do this and by how much they shorten.
Contract.
Hyattsville.
Contract.
Contract is right. Good answer. Good. Go green.
Potpourri. Dateline.
No, it's fine.
Potpourri.
Yeah, I don't care.
Potpourri for 20.
Potpourri, 20 points. Question is a visual. Look at the monitor in the studio, please. The spiny anteater from Australia is better known as an echidna, a name from Greek mythology that means viper, V-I-P-E-R, a creature that was half woman and half what? Greenbelt.
Snake.
Snake. Good. Go Soham. Go red. Go, step one.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Here's that question. Some of you may have done this. Disabling an object and then taking it apart to see how it works is known as the reverse.
Dissecting?
Not dissecting. No, good try. Hyattsville. Disabling an object, taking it apart to see how it works is known as the reverse kind of what? The E in STEM.
Engineer.
Engineering. You reverse engineer. Good. Go green.
Line for 20.
Go, Yucabet.
Dateline for 20.
Dateline, 20 points. All right, get this one, Greenbelt. You're back in the game. Dateline for 20 points. Here it is. To reduce the amount of carbon in our atmosphere, a company called Graphite wants to compress dead plants into bricks shaped like giant versions of these familiar building blocks.
Lego.
Hyattsville.
No. Okay. Lego.
Legos is right. Yes, indeed. Good. Go green.
Green things, 25. Yeah. Green things, 25. Green things for 25.
Green things for 25. Big one in that category. Careful with this one, please. Careful. When a seed germinates, you probably had seeds germinate. You know, when the new root comes out, it shows right away that it is negatively which of the following? Negatively phototropic, thigmotropic, or geotropic? Greenbelt.
Geotropic?
Nope, not geotropic. It is negatively phototropic, thigmotropic, or geotropic when that new root comes out. What does it show?
Phototropic.
Phototropic. It does not go toward the sun. It is positively geotropic and goes down toward gravity. Good. Go green.
Zoo for 25? Yeah. Zoo for 25.
Zoo for 25 points. Big one in that category. Get this. It's been discovered that reindeer can actually chew while they're sleeping. The tough vegetation they eat is regurgitated and formed into what C-initialed ball that they chew, just like cows do, Saf one. What's it called?
Pass to Michael.
Come on, Mike.
Gum?
Not gum, no. What is that balled up kind of regurgitated vegetation that they chew on, just as cows do, to make the food more digestible? It's called a cud, C-U-D. Cow chews its cud. Go green.
Dateline. Dateline for 25.
Dateline 25, big one in that category. You heard this on the news. If a transplanted kidney from a genetically engineered pig into a human is successful, it could mean that this D-initialed medical process will no longer have to be endured by people. Come on, Greenbelt.
Dissection?
Not dissection. This D-initialed process, medical process, people who have kidneys that have failed will no longer have to undergo it. Dialysis. Dialysis. Go again, green.
I knew that. Potpourri. Potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25 points. All right, big one in that category. Here we go. This is interesting. Once early humans moved to areas north and south of the equator, getting proper sleep was likely a challenge, since this M-initialed sleep hormone was no longer in sync with different day lengths. Hyattsville.
Melatonin.
Melatonin is right. Thank you, Tess. Buzzer says our game has ended, and it looks like Hyattsville has prevailed. We'll double check that score and be right back with you. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this game at home as much as we did here in the studio. Remember, we are watching the best of the best in this semifinal game as we head toward the finale of this season here. Our final tally today is Greenbelt 150, Hyattsville 265. Hyattsville, congratulations to you. Great work. You can tell us who's back there.
That's Paul. He's junior team. So is Joseph, Jamie, and Oscar. And that's our principal, Dr. McKee, our coaches, Ms. Walbrena and Mr. Dinga.
You did a really nice job there. No script whatsoever. So it was a real team effort over there at Hyattsville. Congratulations to you. Let's have a round of applause for this Greenbelt team. My goodness sake, you guys did so well all season here, and you know that your middle school prevailed. They are the county champs, and you came this close. Next year, you're going to get them. You're going to get them. Saf one, tell us who's back there.
Okay, that's our principal, Mr. Nelson, our alternate, Rafi, and there's Bill and another alternate, and this is our coach, Miss Peter.
And Miss Peter, first year ever, you did a fantastic job. Mr. Nelson, you're always here supporting this team too. Congratulations, and thank you for all you did. Nice round of applause for everybody. Hope to see you at the final. It will be Yorktown and Hyattsville. It's going to be a great game. I'm Dave Sayre. See you then. Bye-bye.